good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of day it is for you and whenever you happen to be watching this. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Chris Rossetti, free to laugh now, here in the city of San Francisco, enjoying a beautiful, foggy, and positive morning here at the Golden Gate Bridge. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this whenever you come in. Pepper Tree Villa, welcome. I never get tired of this view either. Isn't it gorgeous today? The fog is still here in San Francisco, as expected. I left my fog in San Francisco. Beautiful day here at the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm sitting on the Sausalito side of the bridge, watching the tide roll in. That's right. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Carl the Fog, exactly. Did you know that Carl the Fog has a massive, tens of thousands following on other social media platforms? Did you know that? Carl the Fog is everywhere. So thanks for joining us, everybody. How's my audio and how's my picture? Good to see you again, Flat Earth. Thank you for joining us, Flat Earth. Thank you for the audio check. Thank you for the picture check. I appreciate it. So we're looking at the North Tower. That's the North Tower of the Golden Gate Bridge. And the outcropping of land is the cliffs of the Marin Headlands. The Marin Headlands. I was on the other side of the bridge this morning earlier, and the fog was so thick you couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. But it's clearing up slowly today. There's one of the tour boats you can take, the yellow and the gold fleet. They'll take you underneath the Bay Bridge, and they'll also take you underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thank you for sharing and inviting people and clicking on buttons and ringing bells and all that good stuff you do here on the beautiful family of YouTube-ish. Once again, my name is Chris Rossetti, free to laugh now, broadcasting here in the city of San Francisco, sharing the fog and the positivity today. There's the famous Bird Poop Rock. There's the famous Bird Poop Rock. That's Big Bird Poop Rock, and then there's Little Bird Poop Rock. Can anybody tell me why it's called Bird Poop Rock? At least that's what I call it. Currently 81 degrees Fahrenheit in Contra Costa County. Fantastic. It's probably in the mid 60s here. I think it's going to get to about 70 degrees, I believe, today here in San Francisco. Thank you for joining us. Tracy Taylor, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being here. Beautiful day here today. Earlier, we saw a helicopter fly underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. That was interesting. I've never seen a helicopter do that, but he flew right underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Now behind me is the Coast Guard cutter base. There are two Coast Guard ships stationed behind me. This is an old military area, as you would imagine. Across on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge is Fort Point, established in the 1800s. Fort Point is across the south side. moved to Indiana from Fresno. Wow. How do you like Indiana? I've been there a couple of times. So here comes a sports boat, sports fisher person boat, coming back in from a morning excursion. Hopefully they've got a boatload of salmon, striper, rockfish. We are sitting on a pier, sitting on a dock, and there are some people fishing here off the dock. It's quite nice out, actually. The sun's shining behind me. It's just still foggy over in San Francisco. I'm on the north side of the Bay Bridge and north side of the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm just outside of Sausalito. Wide open spaces. In Indiana? Yes, indeed. I would miss the water as well. I would miss the water too. Wind's starting to pick up, so I'm probably not going to talk for a minute or two. Yeah, the wind was really blowing there, quite strong for a few minutes. Just a sign that the fog is clearing out and we are about to get into some sunny weather in San Francisco as well. I'm going to go ahead and pick the camera up, the cell phone rather. I'm going to pick the cell phone up on its tripod in just a minute. So hang on to your hard hats. Take your Dramamine if you need to take your Dramamine. Show you around a little bit. I know this is really silly and I should know the answer, but I don't know how to flip the camera around. I don't know how to flip the phone around. Hang on a second. Sorry for the shaky camera work. I do apologize for that, everybody. Thanks once again for joining me here today. My name is Chris Rossetti. Hang on a second. My name is Chris Rossetti. Free to laugh now. Broadcasting with a shaky tripod. Here we go. So there on top of the Bay Bridge, I'm sorry, I keep calling it the Bay Bridge. There on top of the Golden Gate Bridge are some bicyclists. Can you see them up there? You can just barely make out their heads. Some bicyclists riding across the Golden Gate Bridge this morning. Moving very slowly, of course, very carefully. And then as we cross the Golden Gate Bridge, come up to the rest area, the rest stop on the north side of the Golden Gate Bridge. And high on top of that hill are all the tourists taking pictures of me, taking pictures of them. So let's take a look at them. Can you make them out on top of the hill? Way up there. See all the tourists? Everybody wave to the tourists. Say hi, thanks for coming. Now that building right there that you see in the distance, that building was used for assembly and storage of mines, water mines that were planted outside of the Golden Gate during the Second World War. So that building right there was used for storage and assembly of World War II mines that they would lay outside the Golden Gate in a semicircle. Apologize for the camera work, but it is hard just to hold the tripod, but I'll do my best. So there you have it. There's a World War II site dug into the hillside. In one building they had the mines. In another building they had the dynamite, granulated dynamite. And in another building they had the fuses, if you will. And they assembled them together behind those doors in those concrete buildings dug into the hill. And then they would bring them here to this dock that I'm sitting on. and they would load them onto the ships and pull them out by ship, take them out by ship into the front of the Golden Gate. And then they would lay them in a semicircle formation in the ocean. Amazing. Yeah, the fog is breaking up, so it's getting quite windy now. So I do apologize for the audio quality. It's probably deteriorated, but the views are worth it. Once again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by here this morning. And I'll be signing off in just a minute. Before I go, I want to encourage you, think positive thoughts today. Think positive thoughts today. You've been blessed. Focus on the positivity that's all around you. Ignore the negativity. Fight the negativity with the positivity. Don't dwell on the fog. Don't dwell on what's obscuring your vision. Dwell on what you can see. And never give up hope. I suffered for 30 years from extreme depression, and I was completely set free and delivered from that depression. I want to encourage anybody that's suffering from depression, despair, anxiety, fear, never to give up hope. If I can be set free after 30 years, then God can fix anybody's problem. Be encouraged, my friends. Be very encouraged. So once again, this is Chris Rossetti, Free to Laugh Now, in the city of San Francisco, inviting you to think positive and never give up hope. God bless you. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time.